Ray for Hollywood. Keep your friends close, but your enemies close. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Underwater. It stars Kristen Stewart, Vincent Cassel, T.J. Miller, Jessica Henwick, and more. It is the story of a oil drilling rig that is at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, 7 miles beneath the surface of the ocean. There have been problems getting these rigs to work in the past, more than just the technical difficulties of drilling at that depth and pressure. The company, though, that is doing this, a company called Tien, is trying again. This particular day on the rig, a mechanical engineer named Nora Price, played by Kristen Stewart, is brushing her teeth when the place starts to come apart at the seams. There's all kinds of flooding and systems failures. As she is escaping, she runs into a co-worker, a guy named Rodrigo, played by Mahmoudou Athie. And as they try to get to the escape pods to go up to the surface, they discover Paul Abel, played by T.J. Miller, buried in rubble. They dig him out, and he comes with them. They find their captain, Captain Lucien, played by Vincent Cassel, is trying to assess the situation. All the escape pods in the area he is have jettisoned to the surface, and he is trying to contact the surface, but he can't get a hold of anybody. They all then go to the control room where they find Emily, played by Jessica Henwick, and Liam, played by John Gallagher Jr. They try to figure out a way to escape this rig before it completely implodes, killing them all. But the only way they can do that is to don the deep sea suits that look more like something out of Call of Duty or a video game, and walk across the ocean floor to the drill rig, the building where the actual drilling takes place. But that is going to be extremely dangerous. It is extremely dangerous on a good day, and it's particularly dangerous now because there's something in the water. And I don't just mean flotsam and jetsam and weird-looking fish. I mean something that is trying to kill them. This movie wants to be aliens underwater, and it sells its intention pretty early, even as the cards and the animations for the various companies that made this film are on screen before we even find out the name of the movie officially. The spooky music and discordant tones tell us that bad things are about to happen. And it even, in a way, sort of mimics Aliens credits at the beginning, where the word alien kind of comes in one letter at a time, or one piece of a letter at a time. It does something similar, not exactly the same, but very similar. It's a game of attrition, of course. You start out with 6 survivors, and they begin to get whittled down. This movie's kind of messy. I prefer, if there are going to be details, that they make sense in a movie like this, and I can never get my head wrapped around the geography, where they're going, what direction it's in, the structures, they're going from and to. The whole thing, even though they display it on a graphic, doesn't make much sense. And the actions of the monster don't make a lot of sense either. When there are, when they get separated, of course, at one point, you would think the monster would start picking them off as they are alone and defenseless. They're largely defenseless in a group as well. But, there's... it's a very poorly thought out film. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And the ending also doesn't make a whole lot of sense and seems like a crime against humanity. I'll leave it at that. They sort of hide the monster until the very end. You never get a real good look at it. And even at the end, you never get a real good look at it. And it's quite frankly not worth your time. It's fine, but, actually, I guess for a January movie, it's better than fine, but it's still just fine. It has a few scares, but it really doesn't reach the level of something that, I really want you to see. It's okay at best, and could have been much better. And I'm not real enthused about it. That's why I'm giving Underwater 2 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. Check out my podcast that I do with my wife. It's called Comedy, Tragedy, Marriage, a podcast about life, love, and entertainment. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan and send your emails to StanTheMovieMan123 @gmail.com. Until next time, later.